So we went for about a half-hour walk, which wasn't bad, but Cassie was starting to whine. Renesmee wanted to go across the street to the other side, but we went over there, and she was going nuts with all the because there's it's open range out here, so there's tons of free-range cattle, and she was going nuts with all the smells. And so I got a backpack over at thrift store called Savers the other day. Oops. Renesmee, come on. I'm trying to prop this up so I'm not looking so like the Jolly Blue Giant. Cassie, you done digging, Mama? Put little Cassie's bed up on the bench here, picnic table, with a blanket over, and she just wants to dig in the bed. Silly girl. Let me see if I can get her. Cassie, you having fun there? She's just digging. Digging. Yeah, I got out of that area just because we were getting a little bit higher up, which wasn't very far at all from the road, but because her nose was getting to her, and then she would just stop, like in her tracks a few times. I think about the third or fourth time, then I started hearing something. I couldn't tell what it was. I was like, okay, let's just be safe and get out of there. And it's, I'm not from here. I don't know where I am exactly. I took a picture, a little video of the entrance to the little camping spot here. Is Cobble Rest, and it's a national forest. So, from what I was reading when I first got in there, that my America the Beautiful pass, which is a national park pass that I bought before I left on this trip, Cassie's bony butt, but she's still digging. I don't know where she thinks she's going, but it said it honors the fee for those passes. So, Cassie, where you going, Mama? Where you think you're going? Did you make a cave? So hopefully, because I stuck it up in my window like I'm supposed to, so hopefully that covers my fee. If not, then, I'll pay the fee. But I'm pretty sure that's what it does. So, Cassie, you look so pretty out here in the woods. Renesmee, you're not getting... She wants free range to go wherever she wants. Renesmee, come here. Come here. There she is. We already walked to the river, the creek thingy, and my shoes are nice and soaked, which is fine because I didn't have socks on anyway, and they're breathable, so they'll dry easily. Gotten them wet before. But there's my Renesmee. Renesmee! Yeah! Yeah, Mama! So it feels so nice out here. But I got my backpack. Some big bear spray. You never know. They have bear signs all over the place here, so... But it had bear spray. Had a thing of water. Some vitamin water. That one was open, but I had another one there. But it's like if I go for some more hikes. So it's so beautiful here. And it keeps going. Here it goes. I'll do some more hikes tomorrow, but in the morning I gotta empty out the van and reorganize it. I need to do it by 1. Renesmee, will you stop? Seats. She's being a brat. She wants to keep going, and I'm not going to let her. We already went walking by the river. We went walking and we did it kind of slow because your nose was getting you. Sit down. Thank you. Yeah, little Cassie. Cassie, well, why don't you get under the blanket, Mama? Under the blanket. There you go. I covered you up. There we go. There she goes. So, yeah. So I went camping last night. Well, sort of camping. Just kind of pulled over the side of the road. And it's not a bad spot. Kind of liked it. It's really beautiful this morning. Yeah. I was going to try to do vlogging every day, but it's been stress every single day just about. And so, um, yeah. So I guess I should tell everybody what has happened. As we know, that I was going from West Sacramento, California, to my sister Vanessa's in Utah for the night because I had my uncle with me and I was taking him to his son's house, my cousin's, in Colorado Springs. The dog's with us, all four of them, and Paco's staying with his daddy. And then I had the other three. You know, Cassie's his, but she requires quite a bit. I don't like my double chin. There we go. That looks a lot better. So Cassie stayed with me because she's got a lot of, she's a little special needs. We'll just call it that way. She's tiny. She's got a lot that she's got that, yeah. So it's just easier if I have her, you know, instead of trying to have my uncle remember everything and then I have to write it down because I already got a bunch of stuff for my cousin and his wife, you know, written down for just Uncle Chet. Paco's easy. You feed him, you water him. There's not much to it. So, you know, I stayed in Colorado for a little bit, for a couple days. That was a bit stressful. I mean, I love seeing my parents and my little sister Mimi and, you know, Joe and my little cousin Zach, or nephew Zach, and little nephew Aiden. That was fine. And then I was, you know, just to visit people in Colorado. That was, you know, fun. But then I went back to Utah so I can visit people in Utah that I know, because I didn't have time for just the, you know, the very much layover. I got here an hour, and I had the car on, so Cullen and Nesby could have, because it was still a little warm, so I got an air conditioner. And my brother-in-law Matt goes out the door because he's gonna bring some of the kids to activity or whatever, and he comes right back in. Lisa, your window's open and people are screaming. I run out the house, and I don't run. You don't understand. I don't run. But I ran out the house and downstairs. It wasn't a very lot of stairs, but it was enough. So Cullen had gotten the window open. Ray Nesme! Hey! You cannot go figure out what it is that's out there. No! So Cullen had got the window open. I guess he stepped on it. It's, you know, automatic window, one of those, you know, button ones. I really wish I had manual ones. Anybody that has big dogs, manual ones are the way to go. You know. So he got out, and he attacked a dog, and he attacked the owner. Dog had some puncture marks. You know, the owner had a bite on his leg. It was through his shorts, so it didn't puncture the skin. It was bruised. I'm not gonna lie. Bruised. He's bruised me by accident, just us playing, or he's missed the ball, or he's missed the stick, or something like that, or whatever toy, especially rope toys. Sometimes he misses the rope toys and he catches me. Ren Nesme, will you stop crying? What is your business? I'm gonna put you in the van if you don't stop crying. I don't know what your problem is, Mama. And so he did bite him, and I'm freaking out. You know, my dog, you know, this is the second person he's bitten. And the first time it was just because, you know, somebody was coming up our driveway on our property, and I tried to tell her to stop, but she couldn't hear me, which is not her fault. But she couldn't hear me. I tried to get her to stop. It was just a bad set of circumstances, and he grabbed her arm, you know. And so, you know, thank goodness she didn't have to have stitches, but she and her parents and even animal control begged me not to put him down. So I didn't. But I was trying to take every precaution I could possibly take. You know, I got a vest that says, you know, stop, don't pet. It says, I even got custom patches made. It says, you know, not friendly, I bite. You know, I got a steel wire basket muzzle with leather. It doesn't shut his mouth. It just prevents, you know, him from actually being able to bite anybody. But I did not foresee him being able to open the window. In my other vehicle that we have, well, it's my uncle's. And the other vehicle I can lock the windows, but in this one I can't. And I thought I had it blocked off where he couldn't open the window. I guess I was wrong. And so he calls the police, which I do not blame him. I probably would have done the same thing. Cullen did, puncture the guy's arm. I mean, it wasn't bleeding all over the place. I mean, there was like hardly anything. But it could be because he was in shock. The adrenaline. Renesmee, stop! I cannot handle whining. Whining and incessant barking. I cannot handle that. It's like whining a little bit is one thing, but incessant whining, I can't do it. So, he calls 911. Police show up. And I don't know what is Utah's thinking here. 2 ambulances and 2 fire trucks for a dog bite. Yeah, not getting that one. Not getting that one at all. So I sit down. The police officer, tries to, get my statement. I gave it the best I could, because I wasn't actually there for the attack. I was there right at the aftermath because another gentleman, one of Vanessa's neighbors, was able to get a hold of Cullen. And as soon as I got out there and I saw him, I called for Cullen, and Cullen came straight to me. And I put him and Renesmee immediately in the car. Renesmee, stop! So I put him immediately in the car. All right. So, okay, hold on a second. I'm going to put her in the car because I can't handle this. I cannot handle her whining. Oh, wrong place to take off my shoes. Oh, boy. Renesmee, you're going in the car. Ow! Rocks. Mama. In the car. Okay, she's in the car. Oh, gravel. At least it's not like... Oh, sharp rocks, but they're enough. Okay, so I get Cullen in the car. I go back to the scene. And you better not be chewing anything in there, Mama. Go back to the scene, and I'm freaking out. I'm absolutely freaking out. Like, what did my dog just do? I tried to be extremely precautious. I made sure even before we left, I went to the vets. I got copies of their rabies certificates. I got their medical records. I went and updated everybody's licensing. All that. So I'm trying to let, Cullen have, the retirement he wants, but the problem is, or he deserves. Problem is that since I retired him, he just can't shut off. Even with medication, he just cannot shut off. He's just so overprotective. He wants to work. But I'm like, honey, you're 9.5 and you got arthritis. You can't work, buddy. And he doesn't understand that. He just doesn't understand that. And so, the guy has it on body camera because my sister, Vanessa, asked the officer, because it was just a few houses down, because she saw that I was not in a good way. She asked the officer, can I take her into my house? And says, I'm right there. She's not going anywhere. Got in her house. I remember sitting on the couch crying hysterically. And then I don't remember anything. I remember laying down. And Vanessa told me that I even announced to her that I was like, I'm going to pass out. And apparently I did. And not only did I pass out, but she told me that I stopped breathing. And that I was turning purple. And I asked her, how long did that happen? She goes, just for a few seconds, but long enough for to really scare her. Which, if Vanessa had done that to me, I would have been scared too. So, So the animal control gets there. The officer gets there, and she's got a body camera on, and the gentleman that my dog bit came too. All right, and he's on body cam and in front of tons of witnesses. As long as you pay the vet bills and my medical bills, I'm not gonna press charges. And he goes on and on. I'm not trying to get you up. I'm not trying to get you in trouble. I understand, blah, 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 blah. I mean, yeah. And there's just something off about him because before the cops showed up, that's not how he was acting. I mean, it could be because of shock. You know, he just got attacked by a dog. His dog just got attacked by a dog. But, you know, there's something off. I mean, off about him. When she's quiet, she's usually doing something she shouldn't be doing. So, okay, so they did impound Cullen that night. And this was last Wednesday. So this is now a week. You know, this is last Wednesday. Oh gosh, almost to the hour. And so the next day, and the guy kept not insisting, but kept saying, I don't have medical insurance. I don't have medical insurance. I'm like, okay, it's not California. You're not forced to have medical insurance. So, all right. So the next day he calls me, and when he called me, the animal control guy came to the house. So he's listening to the whole thing. And, so I ended up going paying the medical bill, which, because he went to a clinic, it wasn't that much. It was like $129, call it $130. And then I followed him to Walmart, to the pharmacy, and they got him his prescription, and it was like 18 something, call it $19. So it's like $150. Not a bad deal. Thought it was gonna be a lot more. And so his dog is at the vet all day, he said, and they were looking at all these different tests, and I was like insisting on having an itemized invoice, because you just never know with people. I mean, they could have tested for all sorts of things that have nothing to do with the bite. It's just how the world is. It's just how people are. So I get there, or I was originally quoted $530 and some cents. I get there, and they tell me $369 and some cents. I was like, I like the lower price, but what's going on? Oh, well, when we did the calculations before, we didn't account for his dog having medical insurance. Tell me this. Most people who have a brain, when they don't have medical insurance for themselves, they usually either stop, cancel, or don't get medical insurance for their pets. For their kids, yes. For the pets, no. Does this make a lot of sense? And he lives in a very upscale neighborhood. I mean, I'm not saying that you can, that he could be having financial troubles or anything like that. But, yes, he seems a little shady. So, and apparently, according to the animal control guy, Officer Jay Phipps, which he's a really good guy, it says that that every time he's talked with this gentleman, I'm not going to give his name on here because we're going through the court systems, but Officer Phipps says that he's been in touch with the gentleman all day, and he's insisting every single time he talks with him over and over again, as long as she pays the bills, I will not press charges. And so I made sure that Officer Phipps got receipts for everything, so it's in Cullen's case file, the case file. And not only that, but it's got witness statements and his own witness statement and the officer's witness statement with her body cam footage is in the report, is in the case. Next day, it's Friday morning. I hadn't heard from the officer yet, but it's probably around 10 something, I don't remember. But he shows up and he doesn't look quite happy, and he's also followed by a uniform officer in a uni. And I'm like, what's the officer for? Or what's the uniform officer for? He goes, this is the one thing about my job I hate. And he says, well, the gentleman changed his mind and he's pressed charges. I have very choice words for this man. Not only am I out of state, but I'm not even going back to my state for several weeks. And so I got 3 summons or 3 citations, 2 animals at large because Renesmee got out too, and those are just infractions. But there's also another one of animal attacking, is what it's called, and that's a B misdemeanor, which means that I finally got a hold of the courts today, and they finally got it in their system, which means it's a mandatory appearance. Isn't this lovely? But because of COVID now, they can do a lot with video, and they call it WebEx, which is kind of like a Zoom, but it's not Zoom. But I never used it before. And they already gave me a court date, which was the 25th of October. But I'm like, I need something a bit sooner because I don't want to have to get back home and have to deal with all of it like right away. So we rescheduled it for the 7th of October. And because it's actually an arraignment. Yeah. And I didn't know you could be arraigned without having been arrested. Okay. And so at that arraignment, I'm going to be requesting a public defender, which, kind of get what you get. Because I can't afford a lawyer. I cannot afford a lawyer. So, and they said that at the arraignment, I'll request a public defender, and I'll get assigned one, and then it probably wouldn't even get back to the next court date until October. Lovely. But hopefully it won't even get that far because hopefully we can get it all dropped with the prosecutor. Because the guy was like repeatedly, I will not press charges. I will not press charges. And the douchebag does. He does. So I'm just trying to make best of what has been going on. I can't just sit there and do nothing and be depressed and cry the whole time. I mean, I miss my dog. You have no idea how bad I miss my dog. I mean, that was one of the biggest mitigating factors of traveling alone, was because I could depend on Cullen to protect me. So, I mean, Renesmee will, but she's just more of just intimidating just because she's got a loud bark and she's a bigger dog. But this dog, she'd knock you down and then lick you to death. I mean, that's just, and jump on you, and because this is because she's still in her puppy mode. But other than that, I don't have anything else. But that's the update. So far, Matthew gave me some places I could go. So I can go to the desert and not be so cold, or you can go east, and Vanessa doesn't like it at all because it's freezing this time of year. It's like, it doesn't bother me. So I kind of went try to go to this campground called Soapstone. But when I got there, the gates were locked. Couldn't get in there, so I had to keep going. So I found another camp spot. It's called, I said it before, Cobble Rest. So, and I'm camping spot 17. So, but that's the update. And I'm not looking for monetary help or anything like that, but maybe a lawyer, if anybody knows a lawyer. Gosh, I look so awful like this. Ugh. I need to find something else. But I know I'm being kind of petty, but I don't care. So I'm out in the woods. And there's my beast. It's gotten me this far and running like a champ. So while we're parked here, probably a little bit, check the oil. I know Gene Dad is gonna ask. So I better do that. And I think when I get back into town tomorrow, go find a place and get the oil changed. Because I got it at 48,000 miles and it's at 52 now. So, and I knew I drove it a little bit, and I had the oil change and stuff before I left, but Just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna change the oil. I'm gonna have the oil changed. So I just asked Vanessa, I'm like, can you go please? Yeah. Stuff like that. So, yeah. Okay. Well, I'm signing off. I know this is a long one, but I had to explain a lot. So, alright. Bye. Let me see. Kissy Cassie. You probably can't see anything in there. It's alright. Alright. Bye.